Good morning everybody, it's chicken processing day. So these guys behind me in the chicken tractor, they are 15 weeks old tomorrow. That's when they hatched, and it's time for them to graduate to the freezer. So for those of you who have not seen this before, we're not going to show anything gory, but I'll just show you the process of how it works and our little setup. So first off, this is the killing cone. The chickens go in here head first where their head pops out the bottom, and the bucket at the bottom catches the blood when the necks have been cut, and they stay in there for a couple of minutes while the blood comes out of them. Most important point here is when you're doing this, keep your mouth closed, because you never know what's going to be spraying in your direction from either end. So from the killing cone, it's into the hot pot. So this is a pot of water which we heat up to about 65 degrees centigrade, 65 degrees centigrade. When the chickens have bled out, they go into here for about 40 seconds. And what that does, that releases the feathers from the body and makes them easier to defeather. So out of there into this contraption. So this is the defeatherer, desplumadora, I think it's called in Spanish. So they go in there, that plate at the bottom spins round, and it very efficiently removes the feathers off of the chicken. Normally we'd like to go in a Henry Ford process. We'd like to go down there, but that's in direct sunlight at the minute, so we're bringing them around here to do the processing where it's a bit cooler in the shade. And then it's onto the processing table where we remove the feet, remove the windpipe, remove any part of the neck we don't want, and remove the insides, which go into that bucket down there. We keep the feet and we dehydrate them, and they become a snack for the dogs. And this time, which we have never done before, we are going to portion the chicken up into a leg and thigh, wings, and breast meat, leaving a carcass, which will go into a pot to make broth, chicken broth, bone broth, and all the little bits of meat that are left off will be removed, and generally we'll make that into a curry or some other chickeny type meal. And Emma cans that, puts it into jars and cans it under high pressure, and then that will sit on the shelf and last for a long period of time. And it's great for lunches in the winter, when you've come in on a cold day and you just need a nice warm curry to warm you up. And once that's done, once they're out of there, once they've been processed, they go into these cold water baths to start bringing the temperature of the body down before they go into the freezer. That's important because you'd be surprised how hard the freezer has to work, especially when we were putting full carcasses in. So last year we were processing 15 at a time. The freezer will be working for almost 24 hours afterwards, trying to get the temperature of the freezer back down to its normal running temperature. I don't know, minus 20 or whatever it is, just because of the remaining heat of the chickens raises the temperature of the freezer. So it's important to get them as cold as you can before they go into the freezer. And that's it. That's our little setup. So nine to process today. As you know, if you're a viewer, that six of this batch, I think it was seven of this batch went, the females all went into our laying pen. So they're all up there, and they're point of lay hens now. So they'll be producing eggs for us. But it's time to say goodbye to all the males. I just wanted to add that you know, this isn't a process we take lightly. we feel that we've given the chickens the best life that we could possibly give them. They've been on fresh grass every day with fresh water, and sort of the best grain we can get for them in these parts. So yeah, it's for us, it's not a particularly happy or joyous occasion. It's not a job that we really look forward to, but it's a part of the process, which we think about a lot, to be fair. So yeah, we're thankful for that. Okay, so that's the 9 of our homegrown, homebred chickens processed. They're in the freezer.
They're in the freezer.
They're in the freezer.
Whole this time,
Whole.
unfortunately.
Like I said earlier, we were going to try and sort of fillet them up into breasts and a leg and a thigh and into the wings. However, there's no meat on them at all.
No.
These are our homebred ones. Clearly, our cock and our hens, which, yeah, granted we knew were the egg-laying hens, are clearly not bred for meat. So we weighed these, and what was the average, yeah?
About a kilogram, about 1.1 kilograms.
Yeah, so a kilogram per chicken. The white ones we had last year, the ones we bought in, which were bred for meat, I think on average they were 3 kilograms.
Yeah.
So these ones, our homegrown ones, have taken 3 or 4 weeks longer to come to maturity.
If not longer.
If not longer. And they weigh 2 kilograms less. So I think we're going to go back to buying chickens in. I mean, we'll keep the incubator because we are going to need at some point some new egg laying hens, aren't we? At some point.
Yeah, and I would like to do a bit of research into the breeds that we've got. It might just be, I mean, our cockerel is particularly beautiful, isn't he? So it might be that he's an ornamental breed, because we did say that these birds that we've just slaughtered have particularly long legs. They're incredibly long legs, to the point where in the what's it called, the plucking machine that we use, we were having to take their feet off before putting it through it because they were getting all tangled up because the legs were so long. So maybe, it's just me being a bit hopeful, maybe if we were to get a better cockerel or a different breed cockerel, they're chicks.
In the short term, though, we're gonna be buying the white ones, the ones we think are Cornish crosses, and yeah, and we're well behind this time last year. I think we probably had about 30 in the freezer already.
Yeah.
So we've got 9 very small ones in the freezer at the minute. So we're going to have to go into overdrive to catch up and get the freezer full for the next year on the chicken front.
Yeah, because we're nearly out now from last year's one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we need to get on it.
But yeah.
So not so happy days all round for us, all the chickens in the freezer.
No, but positive news. I mean, we have only done 9, but the processing of them was so much quicker this time.
Yeah.
Despite the fact we've had 6 months or so off from doing it, we seem to get into a quick routine.
And we're on it.
Yeah.
So
Thank
all
God.
good. So we've got our incubator set up and warming up. It's actually warmed up to temperature. The humidity is a bit low, but that'll increase now. I've just put a little bit of water in there. We're going to get some more eggs in. Our own eggs from our egg laying hens and our fertilised by our cock. They'll be in here for 3 weeks, 21 days, and then they'll be in the brooder for probably about another 5 weeks after that. So that's 8 weeks. And I think by that time, our chickens in the chicken tractor will be either joining the egg layers, or they will be going into the freezer. One of those 2 options. So we need to get ready to replace them going into the chicken tractor. So that's what we're doing. We're getting another 24 eggs in. So that alarm's going off, it's under temperature alarm, just as a warning. So we only get 4 eggs a day, so we've been saving these up. which is fine if you keep them in a fairly humid place at a temperature of about 10 degrees, which is almost exactly what our storeroom is, our cold room. So that's where they've been stored until we saved up enough eggs to have another batch going. So this incubator turns the eggs every 90 minutes. As sort of replicates what the mother would do, the mother hen. She would move the eggs around. It just stops the embryo sticking to the inside of the shells, apparently. There we go, that's it.
And then two are too close, then two are touching. That's better. Don't want to get stuck when it rotates.
So there we go. Probably check them in a couple of days' time to make sure everything's okay in there. And just keep an eye on this humidity. We need to get this up to about 60% humidity. We had quite a bit of trouble controlling the humidity last time, but hopefully we'll get it a bit better this time. 24 eggs. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we should have probably done this about 7 days ago, but these eggs have been in the incubator nearly 14 days now. So we're just lamping them to make sure that they're developing properly. So I'm not sure whether you can be able to see this, but Emma's going to show you what she's looking for. So we're in the dark and we're shining a torchlight through the egg.
So you might just be able to see. This is quite difficult to line up and see on the screen. I lost it. There we go. So there's a dark mass just here. So you can see it's light at the bottom, it's light at the side, there's a dark mass. And if I turn it, can you just about make out the veins that are in there? Yeah, there. I just about had it. I'd never make a very good ultrasoundist. What are they called? A sonographer? So yeah, that one's got life.
Let's do one more then, because we need to get the lid on. We don't want it to get too cold. We've done a couple beforehand, and we just want to make sure we're okay. So again, you can see the darkness in there, can't you?
Dark mass.
Yeah.
There it is. There is the baby. That's a really clear example. So there is the baby chick.
So how many times? We've done 5, and it looks like we've got 5 in there.
Yeah.
So that's good then. So we'll get the lid back on and get the incubator back on. They've got probably another. Well, we're Saturday today, so this coming Friday we'll turn the rollers off so they stop turning, and then we should start seeing them hatching from Saturday onwards. So we're up to day. This is day
21.
No, day 19. This is day 19. So at day 19, we take the rollers out because at any point now, the chicks could start hatching. So obviously the rollers turn the eggs, hopefully, every 90 minutes. But now, once the chicks are coming out, we don't want the rollers turning the eggs anymore, so the chicks don't get caught up in the rollers. So we just swap it out with a base and put the eggs back in. The alarm's going off, obviously, because we've got the lid off, and it's a temperature warning and a humidity warning. They feel heavy.
Good.
Would they get heavier?
Yeah, of course they would.
Would they?
Yeah.
How does it become heavier?
Don't know. I was having this conversation yesterday about how a tomato seed, as tiny as it is, can grow into a plant that produces another 2 kilograms of tomatoes. Nature, innit? Who did you ring on your egg phone?
I was listening, said they're peeping.
Can you hear anything?
No. Alright, so there we go, let's get the lid on. And I would expect perhaps overnight tonight. Tomorrow morning we start seeing some pipping. and that's when the chick starts to use his egg tooth to come through the shell. If all is okay, who knows? This is only our second time doing it, so anything could happen, I guess.
So far we've got 4 chicks that have hatched in the incubator, which we've just temporarily moved so that we could put our smaller of our 2 brooders into here. We like to have them in the house for the first couple of weeks so we can keep an eye on them. So this here is our heat plate, which basically acts like their mum, like keep them nice and warm. It's quite clever the way that you can raise it as they get bigger. And then we have suspended their water and their food just here on a very handy pipe system that Adam's done, mostly because they just sit in it out and make it very, very dirty. So here we go. I think we're about ready to go, and we shall start putting them in now.
So we're just looking for the fluffy ones. He's picking as well.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. And this one's pipping as well. So we need to make sure that we keep the moisture up. So we only take, there we go. Oh look, he's a baby. We only take the ones that have been hatched for a while. So Adam's just showing them where the water is. Just dunk their beak in the water so they know that it's there. Yeah, so we only take the ones that have been hatched for a while that have gone fluffy. So that one's going. You were too fast, I didn't get that on camera. Showing it the water. Now it knows.
This one.
That one's fluffy. So this one is still wet, so he's going to have to stay for a bit longer. Let's see, Ads. Oh yeah, they're gorgeous. Showing the water. And there we go. Welcome to your new home. Where's the other one gone?
He's up there. He's running around the back.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. You can't see him.
I can't see him. So there you go.
Okay, so the chicks are 2.5 weeks old now. There they are. They don't need the brooder anymore, or the heater, the artificial mum, because it is quite warm. So that's been turned off for a few days, and it's graduation day from the small brooder we have, where we keep an eye on them in the kitchen for a week or 2, into the bigger brooder, which stays in the garage. So here we go.
Let's take out their
The heat
now, so they've not got a platform to jump out from. So if you give me the food,
You can get some food.
you get some water.
I'll get some water.
You know he's going to the top.
Righty ho, off we go.
Do you want to do the lifting or do you want to do the,
Not fussed
the
either
lid
way,
guarding? I think that was 3 at the same time then. I'll do the lid guarding then.
Okay. I'll do the potential catching.
Potential catching?
Yeah. Look at his tail sticking up. He's a cock for definite.
Yeah,
Hmm?
definitely.
Yeah, feisty little mothers. Say hello. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Look. No. Hello.
It's alright, your friends are coming. He was going for it, he was.
Yeah. different coloured one for variety. So you can see they're losing a lot of their chicky fluffiness and getting proper feathers. So when these proper feathers are all through, all over, that's when they'll be ready to go outside, which is probably going to be in a couple of weeks now.
It's kind of fascinating that all the different colours of these, when you consider that they're all coming from the same, the hens are all the same breed. We don't know what breed the cockerel is.
I think that's where the variety's coming from, isn't it? The cockerel.
Yeah, it's got to be from him. Ready?
And he's licking his lips.
I don't think he'd eat one.
You what?
I don't think he would. I think Albert would.
We used to keep quail back in the UK. Well, we did for a couple of years. And then we had a couple of, I don't know if can you actually see me? Hello? We had a couple of Springer Spaniels then, and one of the Spaniels broke in to the quail nest one day, and he was well, quails are about this size, aren't they? Perhaps a little bit bigger, a bit chunkier, and he was swallowing them down whole when he broke in there, weren't he? Emma had to have literally had her hand down his throat trying to recover swallowed quails.
It's not a happy memory.
No.
Reggie, get down, please. Good boy. That one's your mum's favourite.
Oh, Reggie, it's a little chicken chick. Get down, down. We're not for playing with.
How many you got left then?
One.
So sadly we've only got 8. I don't know whether you've already explained this. So sadly we've only got 8. Out of the 24, he's so noisy. Out of the 24 eggs that went into the incubator, 11 of them hatched. 2 of them died pretty immediately. They never sort of recovered from the hatching process. And then another one died maybe when it was a week old, and we've got no idea why. So yeah, we've only got 8 this time, so it's not going to be enough chicken for us, because we try and get over a year's worth in the freezer, because obviously over winter we're not growing them. So we're thinking that we're going to have to buy maybe another 7 or 8 chicks when these are a bit bigger to put in with them, just to keep a decent batch size.
I think we need to cut that string off.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so these are going into the garage now for another 3 weeks or so. We just need to get them a little bit bigger, because when we buy the chickens that Emma's just mentioned, they're a different breed and they're very big. So we need to sort of equalise them. So these will probably be another 2 or 3 weeks, and then they'll go out to the chicken tractor. So these guys in the chicken tractor, it's Wednesday today. On Friday, these guys have got their own graduation day. They're graduating to the freezer. Bless you. So after our last poor chicken harvest that you've just watched, we ordered up some of the meaty chickens, the ones with the ample breasts for us. Don't roll your eyes at me like that. So here they are. So our chicks here are 6 weeks old. These are these ones in this box are 3 weeks old. So I'm not seeing them yet, but I'm guessing they're going to be a similar sort of size. We'll have a look, shall we? We ordered 8, but we've only got 6. Yeah, they're a bit smaller. Well, there's one particularly big one in here.
Hi.
There we go.
There's a dog at my armpit trying to get in. It's an Albert. Do you want to show them where the water is? Just dunk their beaks in.
They'll find it.
They're certainly not as good looking as ours.
No. And they've not got so many feathers on, but that's just the way the breed is. They just grow so fast, they don't have, the feathers can't really keep up with them. So
No,
there we go, we'll see how they get on together, shall we? Hopefully they
that
won't...
is a particularly massive one.
Yeah, I know, he's huge, isn't he? He is, or she is. Hopefully there won't be too much scrapping. I should think they'll be alright.